you all have to constantly stay aware of this fact that if you're losing consistently, you're doing something consistently to lose consistently. You can't lose consistently and not be doing something consistently to produce that consistent losing. Consistency begets consistency. You can't get anything, whether it's winning or losing, consistently unless you're doing something consistently. And so if you're consistently losing, you've got to change what you're doing consistently. It's there. You're doing several things the same way every single time. And if that is, as an example, snatching at your profits really early, and that's maybe what it is. You're doing something like that consistently. But whatever it is, you have to find it and you've got to change it. And when you change each thing, you become a different trader. That's the only way to change who you are, is to change what you do. You are the cumulative actions that you take. That's who you are. You're the cumulative actions that you take. And in order to become different, you change actions. And you change anything and everything that leads to your actions. Some of you have to, David is saying, in a way, it's like dying and being born again. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. And I've explained it in those terms thousands upon thousands of times. In order to gain your new life as a trader, the old life must die. Your old tendencies, your old habits, your old feelings, your psychological model that you operate by right now, all of that has to die. And each error that you correct is part of the transformative process of becoming someone completely different. And I'll repeat it again. You can't eliminate a mistake. You can't eliminate an error and be the same person. You can't. Eliminating one error may not be enough to completely go through the transformation that you need, but it's a step in that direction. You might need to eliminate 7 or 8 errors before you are completely transformed. Everybody's different. So this program is designed to help you mitigate some of those things, because you always have like-minded people in our community that are experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. And that there's structure, that you know what works and what doesn't work. That there's a step-by-step journey. You have different levels laid out before you. First level Lose less. Goal number one, lose less. Not make money. Some of you are still doing this wrong. Some of you are still trying to make money. That's not how you become better. That's becoming a slave or remaining a slave to money. I don't want you trying to make money. I want you losing less. Know what your average loss per week is, and then work on cutting that in half. No matter what you have to do, no matter what it takes, do it. Lose half of what you're losing right now. Go to work on that. That's plan number one. That's goal number one. Lose half of what you lose on average. On your losing weeks, take that average over the last several months. What's the average losing week? Now, create a plan. Your first goal is to lose half of that. When you do have a losing week, you will not lose more than half of that. You will stop yourself and keep your word. Start there. Lose less. Forget winning. Winning happens all by itself. You don't do anything for a win to happen. It just happens. But you do everything to cut your loss in half. That comes from you. Winning does not come from you. Winning comes from the market. Cutting your losses in half comes from you. So work on your part. Cut your losses in half. Goal number one. Goal number two. Cut that one in half. Once you have stabilized your first level at half, go for cutting one more time in half. Now your losses should be small enough where your next goal is just break even. Just break even. Just be a break even trader. Just go into the market and come out of the market. Some losing trades, some winning trades, but try to get your overall results basically break even. Because once you become a break even trader, you're almost there. Because that's a winning trader as far as I'm concerned. Anytime you can go into the most competitive market in the world where everyone wants to take your money and you come out with everything that you went in with, maybe not more, but everything, like you're not missing an arm, a leg, a shoe, your shirt's not ripped and torn, you still got your cap on, they didn't take your watch, you got your shoelaces, everything is intact. That's a win. Because these are shark infested waters. You won. Break even is a win. So you're almost there. But you start growth from the bottom, not from the top. You can't win with your problems. You've got to work on the problems, get the problems out of the way that are blocking the winning. So you can't keep your problems and focus on trying to win. The problems are blocking the winning. That is a forever endless, useless game to keep your current problems but try to win. You will never make progress. You've got to forget winning and work on your problems. What's your problem? You're losing too big, you're losing too frequently, cut it in half. Make that your goal. Don't make money your goal. It's what poor people do. Make your goal something greater than that. I'm going to lose less, which means that that's going to require you to become more disciplined. More disciplined you can't be the same person. You just change yourself. In order to cut your losses in half, you got to become more responsible. Wait a minute. You just become more responsible? then you are not the same person anymore. You just change yourself. And it's these little changes that inch you forward toward becoming a master of yourself. And it is only when that happens, when that process is complete, that will that level of self-mastery start to manifest in your outer world of trading and in other areas of your life as well. Trading is not mutually exclusive from the rest of your life. It's inextricably intertwined. The same characteristics that are required to be a good trader are equal to those characteristics of being good at anything, being a good father, being a good mother, being a good employer, being good at anything. It's the same thing. It's always discipline, passion, responsibility, consistency. All the characteristics are the same. So you can't become better at trading and not become better at other things in your life as well. It's impossible. You're affecting the same characteristics.